both look like that. I don't know. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I have been doing a seed starting experiment, and today I am going to be up potting and separating seedlings because a lot of them have grown their first set of leaves. This is the day 17 check-in. We are getting our first set of leaves. Sprouts are also looking good, and you can see we have more first true leaves coming in. We have a few more new sprouts in the egg carton one. We have one there, one here. We have one coming up back here. It is crazy because some of these are growing so insanely quickly and some of them are just sprouting or haven't yet sprouted. I have all of these guys up here doing well, and our potatoes are looking really good. We have a lot of new growth. I am so happy and obsessed with my setup. I'm so glad I went this route with the lights. This has been a game changer for me, and I am doing my hobby room. I talked about this a little bit, but I am revamping this room. This is a room that I never wanted to be in. I'm starting to put it to good use, and I'm so excited. I have this little table. It is ready to go for me to repot at today. I have all of my cups with the holes drilled in, my garden gloves, my wood sticks to label. We're going to first start off with the zinnias and the marigold. Don't mind me, I'm in my PJs. Today has been a very rough day. I have been shedding some tears. It's been sad. I have to do this. I want to do this because I know that it will help raise the serotonin and help put me in a better mood because I love my plants and I love watching them grow and taking care of them. And I also really wanted to share this with you because it is part of this experiment. This is important. This is my first time doing it, and I'm learning based off of other people's experiences and what I've learned from them. And I know that this can go south where if you mess up or don't do it right, maybe if they're too young or you're not careful enough, you can actually, kill these plants. For the sake of the experiment, even though I don't really want to be on camera today, I did not know this. This is something that I have just learned in the last week is in order for marigolds to be effective in your garden to deter pests, you need to have a ton of them planted, which last year I think I only had 2 plants. So that clearly did nothing. And I did battle with pests last year. Now, when it comes to up potting, obviously there are a couple different ways that we could do it. I've seen people use picks, tweezers. As a new gardener, I am also learning with the soil that I purchased last year. It's majority wood chippings. I'm really noticing that now, and the more I learn about soil, that's not necessarily something you really want. I'm buying majority of my soil from an actual mulch place this year and compost as well, so I'm hoping that I won't have to deal with that. It's like the soil's so clumpy, and with these small roots, I do not want them to get stuck on these clumps. Let's take, yep, I knew it. These were just gonna come right out, just like that. Easy peasy. Something that I'm really noticing so far in this experiment too is that the zucchinis, pumpkins, watermelons, loofah, and cucumber, those are taking off so quickly compared to everything else in every single variation of the experiment. So I know for next year that I need to plant other things a lot sooner because, I mean, for lemon balm, for example, that hasn't sprouted anywhere and I really need some lemon balm. And I could not find it anywhere at the stores last year. I'm almost thinking I'm going to line the inside of the cattle trellises with all of the zinnias. And I think it'll be so beautiful and such a whimsical walkthrough. I love how easy it is to just pull them out. It's very satisfying. I actually went out to my raised garden bed. I did one that stands at like 4 feet tall just for my deck last year. I think I have either spinach or lettuce or something growing in it right now. I don't know. It's really crazy. I'll have to show you. I'm doing my little backyard renovation series in one of those videos. I'll have to show you it. That garden bed after this winter and the spring and whatnot, I look at the top and it's all wood chips. It looks like I put mulch in there, which I absolutely did not. That's how I really know about the wood chips in the soil. Okay, I have so many of these to do and I'm loving it. This is just so soothing. All the little roots. I wish that these smaller cups came in clear so that way I could see the roots grow. Oh, that's interesting. Look, you can see the original seed. These little guys are so fragile. One of my hairs was in the self-watering dome and it must have been growing into one of the plants. I don't know how. but I went to go pull it out though, and it totally just took the leaves off of all of my seedlings from one cell. So I don't know if they're gonna make it, but I have learned to be very gentle after that. There is my first marigold. All right, I'm gonna do all of these and I will be right back. I just finished. We did the marigold in the back and then there are the zinnias in the front. I decided while I was doing this, I noticed the ones that didn't have those first true leaves forming, their root systems were just so tiny. So I left all of the small ones. What I'm going to do now is plant more marigolds, put this back, water it, water these, and then start potting and tearing apart root systems from the other crops. And because I'm not certain that this will even work or if it'll harm them or not, I want to keep some of each of them in here because obviously they're already growing. You know, if this does not work out well, then I still have some here. But if this does work, amazing. We know for next year to keep this up. And these are all seeds that I collected from my couple small plants last year. The plan is to do the exact same thing with the zinnias this year. Once the flower dies, let it dry out and then collect the seeds. And this was all, I mean, you've seen how many I just put in. Obviously I sprinkled a lot to begin with and I still have so many seeds, and this was just from a couple small plants that I had bought at the local grocery store last year. This one, oh my gosh, what is this? I think this has to be some type of pepper plant. But there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 plants in here. So I need to get these separated before the root systems grow too far into each other. I don't know. These peat pellets they're becoming not my favorite for specific things. You know, like this chamomile, this chamomile did really well. There's probably like 20 plants in that. But I planted a lot more chamomile. This one's okay. There's just one that came out. I don't know if you can see that. The other chamomiles, they didn't really turn out well. So I think these peat pellets are better for specific plants. I'm going to cut this mesh netting and then transfer them into their own little cups. I think I'll end up doing the smaller cups rather than this is the next size up. These might just be too big. Looking at these are my tomatoes. These are tomatoes and then my peppers are back here. So they both did really well. And these, if you remember the banana peppers and the variation of tomatoes in a peppercini, I planted those a week after I planted everything else. So they did really well. No, that can't be right. This whole series with this damn card, 2, 3, 4 would put this as pumpkin, and this is definitely not pumpkin. We're really doing this again because this is definitely chamomile. Chamomile. That was a loofah. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are not pumpkins. What the heck? I'm assuming they're banana. No, because these are my banana peppers. Absolutely. So what the heck is this? Oh, I moved it. Oh my gosh. It was there. That's just okay. Okay. So these are my tomatoes and then these are my banana peppers. So many of the tomatoes actually, here, if you can see, they did really well. Apparently, I don't remember planting that many seeds. These are my banana peppers. And these are my peppercinis. I only did 1 peat pellet, so I have 2 peppercini plants. I'm really excited. I just don't eat peppercinis that much, but I would eat them if I had them. And I go through so many banana peppers, so last year I did a banana pepper plant and I got 2 banana peppers. So we're hoping for better this year. I need to make sure I'm labeling these ones as I go. Didn't matter for the flowers, but we have to label these ones. I'm not doing everything. I am just doing the ones that the roots are either coming out. Roots are coming out of this, but they're also growing their first true leaves, if you can see. So we're separating things like that. We are going to leave alone. This is a green onion. Do we think that's gonna survive? You can't even see without Do you think that's doing well? They both look like that. I don't know. Well, I don't think that's doing well anymore. I don't think green onion is something that you're really supposed to start inside. I don't know. I just was trying it. This is the only place that I planted it because I had so many peat pellets. Hi, baby girl. Hi, honey. You want to come say hi to everyone? We can see your ears. We can see your ears. Say hi. And the reason why I say I'm not really liking the peat pellet is once the humidity dome comes off, I feel like they dry out so quickly. To top water them is not easy. It's really supposed to be a bottom water, which in this, it's next to impossible to bottom water when they're all in their places already. Again, I don't know. It's not the worst method in the world, but it's not my favorite. And then trying to separate, like this is great if you're just gonna, I forget what it's called, but you pinch off them and you just leave the biggest, best seedling that germinated. So that way the other ones aren't taking away the nutrients from the one, rather than separating them into new plants. So this one, for example, this would be 7 different plants if I can separate the roots and plant them individually. But if I wasn't going to do that, I'm supposed to get rid of all of them except for this biggest tomato plant. It seems like I have probably 15 right here right now. Like they did so well. So I might get rid of some of the smaller ones. So I'm thinking this peat pellet method is best if you don't plan to separate roots. I would love to get the bigger ones rather than the small. They are more likely to survive. So we have 2 separated out here and the roots are just so tiny. And these will actually start getting fertilizer, not this watering, but the next watering. All right, then we'll put our little stick in the side. My very first up pot single solo plant. This is the joy I needed today. From the peat pellet container, I ended up getting 6 of those tomato varieties. I went to go repot some more things, but I really was starting to feel uncomfortable with uppotting any of the seedling germinations that didn't have a second leaf, because these ones were already so fragile and the root systems were so incredibly small, even though they do have that second leaf, or I'm sorry, the first true leaf starting. I ended up not repotting a ton of the other little seedlings that had germinated. Now I am going to go to my big ones where we took the peat pellet and directly planted it. These are just getting out of hand. The root systems are growing like crazy. Let's see if I can even separate from the peat pellet. I feel like this is such a setback for the plant trying to do this. I'm just ripping out all of the new roots that it grew. Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking. I'm definitely going to repot this guy. This guy is strong and healthy. I don't think I'm going to repot him. He's broken there. So because of what just happened with this first zucchini ripping out any new roots that it had just grown over the last week and a half, I am not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the rest of them yet. I really need to think about this before I move forward. I think way more harm was done than good for this plant itself. And I don't want to stress these all out and have a lot of them not make it, because these are my best growing plants so far. I'm going to figure this out and then I will get back to you.